All right, guys. So welcome back to the PF of Masculinity channel. I was on a little bit of vacation. We did a little bit of remodeling. We changed some of the computers and stuff like that, and some of the screens. The setup's a little bit different. We're gonna just see what's going on here. I was in Puerto Rico for 3 weeks with my family. Had a great time. Tried to record some videos over there. It was a little bit difficult since I didn't bring my camera. Also, I bought a new laptop. And the laptop's camera is not that good. So, but we're here. We're back. We're just going to keep reacting to these amazing videos. Let's jump in, guys.
Then, but if he was groomed and maybe she was talking to him before he was 18, then I would...
That's what I had heard.
Think that would be more of a problem.
I feel like I graduated high school when I was 17 and not 18. But I feel like I've grown a lot since those years, and to be freshly out of high school, in theory, if you were 18 like that is really discomforting to me, and I guess it's legal, but myself, I don't like to see that.
I think it really depends on the dynamic. I mean,
I have a theory about this mindset, guys. I think the reason they think like that is because the man, when they are 18 years old, he's very mature, so therefore they're not attracted to that. See? So I think this is a pure projection from their part. They're trying to project that it's immature. So who is immature? Isn't that girls mature faster than men? If that's the case, why are you making the argument they're still not mature enough at 18? I think this is just a projection of what they think about guys.
Obviously, my boyfriend's way older than me, so I can't really be against this in any fashion. But I mean, as long as she's not like abusing him or anything like that, I think it's fine, and they're both consenting.
What's your
adults.
age gap relationship?
I'm 20 and my boyfriend's 39.
Okay, so 19 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Your reaction?
Oh, I think it's weird because when I'm 43 or however old she was, I don't think I could look at an 18-year-old and be like, oh my gosh, let me get married to him.
There we go. Yeah, there you go. I told you guys, it's pure projection.
Unless he looks like Aaron Taylor Johnson.
He's fine. I don't know.
But tall drink of water, that man.
Because they're just so immature and all of that. And it's just you're like a child. Nothing wrong with it. Go do you, but it's just not something I would do.
I'm neutral because I get your point, but I also get that they're both he's 18, so he could do whatever he wants practically, type of deal.
Okay.
I mean, got with the 70-year-olds.
Sure.
My reaction, I think that he's 18, so he can do whatever he
now
feels.
let's just
and
switch it.
Happy,
Sure.
then...
Let's go ahead and switch it. 42-year-old male dating an 18-year-old woman. You guys cool with it too?
I mean, like I said, if I'm not going to judge one way that the age gap, if I'm not going to judge an older woman, then I guess, I mean, frankly, I kind of do judge her a little bit. Yeah, because she said, I would not, if I'm 42 years old, I would not be looking at an 18-year-old.
Yeah, sure. You might not, you personally wouldn't want to date a young person, but
you don't blame her, though, right?
Yeah,
if you were her age... Right?
I don't blame her.
And you were with that guy that you found sexy as hell?
For real, if you could pull that?
Seriously.
You're saying at 42,
and also, if I looked that good
so what would change at 42 that would make you less desirous of how that guy looked?
Well, I don't know, but that's actually interesting that you say that. I think that there's definitely attraction levels. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's I guess it's a statistic. It's a graph, and it was the ages that women find attractive as they get older.
Yeah.
Women. That's what I said.
You said woman.
Sorry. I think I just pronounced it weird. I'm not trying to say it with an A. In my head, there's an E there. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Women.
Guys, English is my first language. I'm Puerto Rican, right? Although it's kind of my first language since I've been studying English since I was in Head Start, but that's not here and there. It's women, plural, women.
I don't think that. Basically, what the graph said was that as women get older,
I don't need to finish.
She did it
It's
right
okay.
that time.
ahead.
That was a little.
Give her
That was a
grace.
She
little.
said
Give her
woman, but
grace.
okay, go ahead.
Women.
All right,
She said it
women.
right.
Yes, there we go. Women.
Women. Okay.
Women.
21
she's
years
trying
of
to
life, guys, and no one's ever corrected me on that. Okay.
There we
As they got older.
go. She admitted that this is the first time getting necked out. This is the first time getting necked. This is important, guys. The reason this is important because this is show you real time how guys don't understand female nature. What Andrew's doing right now, he's basically negging her and moving the conversation forward. She's not used to this. In a weird way, look at her body language moving back a little bit, showing a little bit of her bottom. This is her trying to get his attraction. She's liking that. She's loving that back and forth.
The attraction that they have to other people, like those ages also get older. But then with men, it kind of stayed in that Leo DiCaprio age of like 18 to 25.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like again, like there could be some sort of bias on that, absolutely. But generally, I think it's just less common. Like I think that's why the internet freaked out about Aaron Taylor Johnson and Sam Taylor Johnson, is because that's just more uncommon. It's way more common to see an older man with a younger woman.
Mm-hmm.
Would I judge
If
it?
you find that guy
Maybe, but why
attractive-
does my opinion matter?
But if you find that guy attractive right this second, what do you think will happen when you're 40 that'll make him less
No, but I
attractive?
mean, like okay, attraction is one thing, but I think actually going after it is another thing completely.
I don't know what the hell
But
that
if
means.
you're attracted to him, why wouldn't you go after him if he was interested?
Well, I mean, go after it, but then remember how we were talking about, like, last podcast we talked about, would a man find you more attractive in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? And the kind of consensus that we came up with was no, a man would not find me as attractive. So it's kind of one of those where I could be attracted to somebody for sure, but would they even want to get with me? Like, that's kind of a rare
Yeah, that has
situation
nothing
right there.
to do with what would make you less attracted to
Right.
him when you're 40.
I don't know. I think ideally by 40 I'm already settled down.
Yeah, but if you're not, what
If
would
I'm-
actually
if
make
I'm
you?
not,
Yeah,
Wow, the delusion. The delusion. This is a very important statement. She's saying that by the year 40, she will probably settle down. Do you know what's crazy about this? This is how females think. They think that they can just simply snap their fingers and all of a sudden everything will fall in place. This is what they call winter's coming. They don't understand how the worlds really work. The world just work in ways that it will just simply give you what you already produce. You doing this kind of the behaviors like this, just pretending that nothing like the life is not serious, that some of these stuff is not that important. 40, I'm almost 40. I'm 36. I'm almost 40. And I can guarantee you, life goes so fast that you will not even have time to think about these things. You'll be 40 in an instant. They don't understand this. That time and management it's not in the list of priorities.
If I'm still
that
pulling,
still wouldn't have anything to do with the attractive level.
yeah. I mean, that's why I said who am I to judge? Whatever.
I guess
People can
so.
do whatever they want to do. I could not with someone older than me.
Interesting
Crazy
back and
ass thing
forth
for
here
gifted
between the interesting looks here between the girl in the middle and this one on the right.
20 subs on Twitch. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Crazy Ace. So what about a 42-year-old man dating an 18-year-old woman? You fine with it?
I think it's the same as the reverse. I think that as long as she wanted it and if she was going after him and he, like, when at the end of the day, if you're pursuing someone, if it's consensual, and again, like, the guy isn't like manipulating to groom someone, same with the woman, because women can do it too. Then it's not my problem. It's not my life. If they're happy, that's them.
Well, here, let me make this a little easier. So before the show, all of you filled out questionnaires. There's a question on it which reads, is it wrong for a 30-year-old to date a 19-year-old? Lucy, you said yes.
I said yes and no, I'm pretty sure. Did I say all the way yes?
You said all the way yes.
Dang it.
Mizzy, you said yes, it is wrong. Ruby, you said it's wrong. Mandy, you said no. I can't read your... Kenna, you said you didn't answer it?
Oh, I don't think it's wrong.
Okay.
Is it weird?
You're fine with it?
Maybe.
It's weird, but
it's weird, but it's not wrong, I guess, yeah.
Elle, you said no. Naomi, you said no. Riley, you said yes. It is wrong for 30-year-old to date a 19-year-old.
I think it just depends. Like I said, there was no in-between answer for that one. So it just depends on the circumstances.
What are the circumstances?
When I hear the argument depends, for me, it means more like I don't want to be accountable for none of my answers. That's what it means.
If it was consensual, if it was like there was grooming involved, which often happens like at that age.
But that would be wrong regardless of age.
Right, but it just happens more often if people are younger and they are not fully developed yet.
Well, assuming...
Does it?
Yep. Good question.
I think it probably happens a lot more often with people who have a distinct power dynamic difference, right? So it wouldn't really matter, right? It wouldn't really matter the age ultimately. So, like, if there's a 24-year-old millionaire and there's a chick who works at Starbucks, right? That would just be this same idea of like a power differential, right? And that's what everyone's bitching, really complaining about, is that there's some type of like power dynamic. You said freshly out of high school, that means you're naive, or freshly 18, it means you're too dumb to make these decisions, right? But I don't really understand that, because it seems to me like your chances of running into people around your same age group who can do these exact same things to you actually are much higher. Like significantly higher, in fact. So I've just never really understood that argument.
I just feel like there's like a mental difference too between someone at age 30 and someone at age 19. I know that even in the last 2 years of my life, I've gone through tremendous amounts of change. You know, your frontal cortex doesn't start developing until you're like 20, 21.
The frontal cortex thing, it just sounds like a cliche at this point. Such a feminist cliche, man.
So like...
Yes, it does. Your prefrontal cortex does develop before that. Okay. You're talking about the full development at 25.
The full development at 25.
But then it starts to erode after 25.
But I mean, maybe this is just my experience, but I genuinely feel that, like,
you see right here? I'm sorry that I'm stopping this too much, way too much, but there's a lot of things going on. You see how this lady is looking at her? It's like a subconscious communication here. I'm not a body language expert, but I can see these things. How she's trying to look for the approval to tell them, hey, are we on the same page here? Are we on the same page here?
A year ago, at 20 years old, I had not anywhere near the amount of mental clarity that I do now. So if I had made an informed decision, like getting married to somebody, I might not feel that way now. So that's like...
So why should you vote? 18.
That's actually such a good point. But I think that's like... because that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So the thing
but I'm not the president. So
I gotta ask. So I just gotta ask.
Yeah.
Right? Like ultimately.
That is such a good point, but I'm not a president. Wow, what a conclusion, huh? What a conclusion.
The truth is, every couple I've ever known, one's really much smarter than the other most of the time.
Interesting.
Most of the time, one is much smarter. I wanted to research this out, so I went looking. I was like, now, you know, everybody has their biases. It could be that it's just the types of people that I'm around, maybe. Maybe it's a function of the Midwest, even though I grew up in California. Maybe it's something like that. So I took to the one place where you can always find answers which are completely unbiased and always correct, which is Reddit.
I knew you were going to say that.
Reddit. But the reason I use Reddit threads a lot is because people often will source data that you can't find by Googling. Google will bury results. Reddit, these like little tweaker, meth addict Adderall heads.
You need a question answered.
Yeah, they're up there for like 5 hours a night just with one cigarette and coffee, just typing away, right? They actually will have some pretty good sources. So I went and started diving into this. Well, what was interesting in the thread, one, was how many women were asked, do you think your husband, are you in a position, like a white collar position with a degree, and your husband's blue collar? And who do you think is smarter? Almost everyone on the thread was like one was like, look, I'm a doctor. My husband's a mechanic. He's way fucking smarter than me. Then you go down the list, and I was like, actually, it actually kind of makes sense, right? And then when they started posting the sources for this, it started to make sense too, right? So women like to punch up. They like to punch above their weight class when it comes to dating, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to... They don't really want to be equally yoked. Right? So maybe it could be that there's some cases where there's a financial offset, like I have more money than you, but maybe the man surpasses you in every other capacity, and that's enough, right? And I'm not saying in all cases or even most, but at least in some. But it kind of reaffirmed my bias a little bit that, and the more people I talk to, hey, look, most couples aren't really that on par with each other. They don't really have similar interests all that often. And that seems to be fine, seems to work fine.
Yeah, that's a fine, and this is actually a good example of why as men we always have to improve on ourselves. And that way the female can always look at us as the leaders. But leaders are always looking for better ways to do things, better ways to just enhance their lifestyle, better ways to just enhance their problems and solutions, and so on and so forth. Well, let me know what you guys see in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one.